My name is Jason Marshall. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I was brought up in church. My grandparents, they was ministry pastors of their own church and stuff like that. I knew the Lord, but as I got a little bit older, I kind of drifted off, chose my own roads to go down. Probably the majority of my teens, I chose to go down and be a knucklehead, bucked the system. I got into drugs. I had an addiction to drugs, money, girls, and just a lifestyle in general. You know, I thought that was the life for me because I thought it was cool. I thought I had an image to uphold. I've been to prison 3 times. The longest stretch I've ever done was 2.5 years. I've done 6 months. I've done a year in the penitentiary. I've been in and out of county, in and out of these little city jails. Pretty much all my teen, from 16 and up, I was locked up. And halfway through my 20s, 26 years old when I got out in 2009. And everything else was in and out of jail. My convictions when I was in prison for getting locked up were possession of drugs, theft, fraudulent use. The last incident, I got caught with a pistol and more drugs, but it's all been behind drugs. My drugs of choice were methamphetamines, marijuana. I drank occasionally, but that was pretty much, I'll do pills, Xanaxes, ecstasy, whatever really, but my drug of choice was marijuana and methamphetamines. You know, I started out doing little stuff, pills, smoking weed. I started snorting meth. I started smoking meth. I started shooting meth. And that's when it really got out of control. I was 7 feet tall, I was bulletproof. I didn't have a care in the world. It was all about me, I was selfish. What I can go out there and get for me, what can make me look better. How can I hold myself to my reputation? How can I prove something to somebody that don't even have anything to be proven to? It was sickening, man. I was a monster. I was out there pulling stunts, stealing from people, and not just family. I mean, people that probably drop me right now if they knew where I was at, you know what I mean? And that's a bad feeling, knowing that you got that on your jacket, and you have to go watch your back everywhere you go. You know, it's very frustrating. You can't even go out and have a good time with your family and your kids because you don't know if you screwed someone over and they might have it out for you. People look at prison as a bad thing. It ain't no place to be. Don't get me wrong. But it was a blessing for me. But it opened my eyes being in there, knowing what I had out here, knowing what I was letting down, everybody I was letting down, letting myself down, you know. And if it wasn't for prison, I'd probably be dead. And that's the God's honest truth. I wanted a family, I always wanted a family. I got 2 kids with 2 different mothers. And the whole time I was out there running the streets, the whole time I was out there stealing, doing drugs, selling drugs, doing all that, I had 2 kids. And by me being out there and getting locked up, I never got to change a diaper. I never got to feed them a bottle. I was never around. I missed out on all that. And that weighed on me, weighed on my conscience, and I wanted to be a part of something like that. So when I went to jail in 2007 or 2006, when I went to prison, the whole time I was in prison, I was earning for that. That's what I wanted. And I told myself when I get out, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find me a good woman, I'm gonna settle down, raise a family. I got out February 2009. I met my wife in March of 2009 at a place we was working at in Forney at Regal Custom Delivery. And it's probably one of the best things I can count on my hand that's happened to me. I ended up marrying her in September of 2009. Really turned my life around. I went to a behavioral modification / rehab, okay? In October 2012, I was out there running the streets again, selling drugs. I was rolling around with the pistol, and I ended up getting pulled over in Seagoville. I pulled up in this Cadillac thinking I was some big shot drug dealer / hood type guy, and police pulled me over. He said, "You got a bodily corpse in the back of your trunk." I said, "What?" And what it was, I just left this trailer park, and I always put the pistol in the trunk, but I hid it. And I was shutting the door. There was a detective watching me the whole time. Well, as I'm leaving that trailer park, I was going to a motel room. And as I pull in the motel room, a Seagoville police car pulls behind me. He wants to search my car. Well, I'm thinking to myself, if he's looking for a bodily corpse in the back of my trunk, I'm just gonna open the trunk and let him look in there. And that's all it was. There wasn't gonna be nothing. But someone had done seen me at that trailer park, another detective, and they already knew what it was. So they ended up searching my car. They find the pistol, they find the drugs, they haul me off to jail. That's what we was just talking about, being interrogated and stuff. They wanted to know where that pistol came from, and they caught me in about 3 different lies. And I'll tell you how good God is. I get caught with the pistol fully loaded, one in the chamber, full clip, dope. I'm a 3-time convicted felon. I'm looking at 25 to life. I go into the courtroom, I talk to my attorney, and I tell my attorney, I said, I need help. I was looking for any way out, but I really was needing help. I told him, I said, I need help. I said, I can't do that much time, man. My family's gonna be dead time I get out. I'm gonna lose my wife, lose all that. He goes in there and talks to the judge. He comes back out. He said, they said they'll drop it down. They'll give you 6 months treatment and 5 years probation. Dude, I was in tears because that was a blessing, man. 6 months of treatment, I could do that. 5 years probation, that ain't nothing. I'm thinking to myself, you know. And I felt that, I knew it was God. And I felt like I owed, the whole time I was doing all that stuff, I felt like I owed him something more than what I was giving him. Being at Free Life has most definitely helped me become the man that I want to be. And it's still, I mean, I'm working on it. I ain't as good as I want to be. Don't get me wrong. I've always gave God credit. I'm very thankful for him for everything that I got. And to tell you the truth, I went because I cared for my family and I wanted to get them involved in what I knew was good with Christ. One thing that clicked in my mind that made me want to be a part of it, my wife, she stepped up to the plate and she started serving as a kids life. And I was proud for her. And I seen her doing that and it made me want more. But by being at Free Life, being a part of a team at Free Life, has gave me so much motivation and a momentum to do more. And I appreciate that. At Free Life, I'm on the parking lot team. I work first Sundays of every month. I'm under Brian Roderick. I'm a captain. I enjoy it very much. I get to go out there. I'm the first person they see. I'm smile, get to wave, see how they're doing. God bless them, all that, you know, and it's very inspirational knowing that I'm out there doing that, and it gives me so much more incentive to do for God and God's work, knowing that I'm out there doing that. It gets me through my weeks. If it wasn't for that, there ain't no telling what I'd be doing. And that's God's honest truth. Pastor Richie influences me in so many different ways. He makes me want to be a man that'll step up. He makes me want to take responsibility for my actions as a man. He makes me want to be a better husband, a better friend. And it's all because just the way he talks to me, the way he influences me and the direction that I get from him, the way I want to go, it's very positive. I really can't explain it. But I mean, I could tell you about his sermons and stuff like that, but it's past that. It's just the person he is. And we ain't real close, but the way he looks at me and he knows my situation, and just that pat on the back from him, I could take over the world with that. Like I said, even today, I have dreams about drugs. I have dreams about going out stealing something and making money. But I got the advantage over that I got the upper hand because on Sunday mornings I'm out there serving for Jesus Christ. And that is so much to be thankful for. That gives me so much. If I can only have the words to express that, I ain't a man of many words, but if I had the words to express what that does for me and throughout my week, it really makes me the man I am. And it's very important that I get that. Even when I ain't supposed to be serving, I'm up there socializing because it's just a joy that comes over me and knowing what I'm doing is right. And I ain't ever had that feeling before in my life until I started coming to Free Life. If I was to give anyone any kind of advice, I would tell them to look at me, look at where I've been in life, and look how far I've came. I was addicted to drugs. I was addicted to women. I was addicted to money. I was addicted to life in the fast lane, and I loved it. I ate it up. But by going through all that, I have a lot of bridges I burnt, a lot of people I let down, a lot of people I hurt, family, friends, and broke hearts. And it really, it's hard to get that back. Thank God that I got a good enough family to forgive me and see the real me. And I don't want anyone to have to go through that. They shouldn't have to. And you know, it only leads one going down that road, you're gonna be dead or in prison. You ain't gonna have nothing. I know that God has a plan for everyone. He don't want anyone out there doing the things that I've done. And I don't want anyone to think they had to run from God like I did. I want everyone to know that God has a plan and He has a will for your life. You just gotta let go and let God take control. And the outcome will be awesome.